All right, Johnny, we're live.
Johnny? I didn't know we were so formal here.
Is Johnny formal? Wouldn't Jonathan be more formal?
I guess. Depends.
Um, you know what? Speaking of which, I'm gonna start just finding all the best Johnny Depp quotes to say to you.
There's so many.
Yeah, I'm looking them up right now. But anyway, actual topic. The International Four that's the Dota, the tournament that happens each year.
Mhm.
This is the fourth one, obviously. The prize money, do you know what it's at?
Last I heard it was like 10 million or something crazy like that.
No, but because you hit over the actual number, now my number seems shitty.
Sorry.
So thanks for that.
Whoops.
It's at $8.3 million.
That's pretty damn close to
is
10
the-
million. Let's
It's
be
pretty
honest
close.
here.
That's the current prize pool, so it's not like first place gets that. But I read a tweet last week, and someone was saying that's now more money going to be given out than the Masters, like for golf.
Holy crap, really?
Yes. And I didn't go and confirm that because I don't care. Twitter probably doesn't lie to me. So that's just crazy, though.
Man, fucking golf of all things, because golf's like one of the highest paying like tournament sports.
Is it?
Usually.
Okay. I
Well,
have
how
no
many other
idea.
sports can you think of that have like proper like major tournaments like that?
Is it all of them?
Well, I mean like
The Grey Cup, the Stanley Cup, whatever
well,
soccer
that's more
does?
also team stuff. To be fair, there's no cash prize for that. Golf is,
Oh.
I think, one of the only sports that has like cash prizes for winning these
Oh,
tournaments.
sure, yeah. Now I'm trying to think which ones have cash, and I can't think of any except golf, I guess.
Bowling, I guess.
Is bowling cash?
I think.
What about what is soccer? What is their tournament called?
The World Cup is the
World
thing that
Cup.
starts next week.
Well, I'm not a soccer guy.
Well, no, I mean it's advertising everywhere on TV. So
Right, and I don't think I have cable. Anyway, but yeah, that Dota thing, and it's not even done yet. You can still they still have stretch goals all the way up to 10 million, which I'm sure they're gonna hit. But yeah, 8.3 million. That's insane. That is bananas.
and when does the actual tournament start?
It's in a few weeks. Like they do qualifying rounds and stuff, from what I understand. But I believe the finals are late July.
And how do they add more money to the pot? Do people just donate it, or people like does it get added whenever they buy a copy of Dota 2 or a character? Or
Close. If they buy a compendium, which is some book thing that works in the client that you can also level up your book. I don't know. But when
add
you buy
more
it,
pages to your book today.
I have no idea how it works. But you buy that, and a piece of it goes towards that prize pool. You can also I'm just looking at the page here, and you can also buy you can buy these points. Like they have 500 points is 250, 2,400 points is $10, and it looks like the points. I don't know. It says 25 points. Pick your favorite team. 50 points. Qualifier predictions. It's like betting or something. It's prediction stuff. I don't know. I'm sure you also get stuff. Unlocks. I have no idea.
You're always gonna get like little equipment things.
Oh,
like,
here's something.
It's
Once
Valve.
your
They always have to do that.
compendium reaches level 4, the International Courier will be yours. Kanka's faithful Lieutenant Squawkins, a parrot unique in all the lands of Dota. So you get a courier. I don't really know what that means. Continue to develop your compendium, and you unlock alternative styles for Lieutenant Squawkins at level 24 and 41.
Yeah.
I don't. Dota is. It's just crazy how big it is, and yet it's just not in my vision.
Well, I mean, do you pay attention to League at all?
No.
There you go.
And isn't League the most popular video game in the world?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's just so weird. Like I have a video game podcast, yet I'm not even looking at the biggest video game in the world. Maybe that's where I'm doing wrong. Maybe that's on me.
Yeah, maybe you should only pay attention to the most popular games. Call
Maybe.
of Duty and League of Legends and Dota. That's all we're playing from here
Flappy
on out.
Bird's got to be up there, right?
Exactly. That did come back. Is that back officially yet?
No, I think it's sometime this summer though. It is coming back.
That hot release.
Yeah, but I don't. Do you think it's going to come back like as strong as before, or was it kind of lightning in a bottle?
I think lightning in a bottle.
I think lightning in a bottle too, but just like how many people do you think are going to be like, it's back finally, this is great, or do you think they're just like, I found a clone, I'm good?
They probably found a clone. I mean, like Terry Kavanagh's version of it was pretty sweet. The guy who made VVV.
Right, what was his called?
Maverick Bird.
Yes, that's right. I remember the music was loud when I went to that website.
That was really all I wanted was the soundtrack.
Right, yes. Someone in the chat, Ham Sandvich, is saying 25% of the money spent on the Dota book thing and points. So, I don't know. Hey, this is the top-down perspective.
Hey.
For June 2nd. Unfortunately, Nathan's not here, so even though I was tweeting a bunch, hey, we're going to have a full show of regular show.
We sure didn't.
Nathan's moving today, and he doesn't have internet yet.
It's about time it wasn't me moving for once, to be fair. Or you, for that matter.
I was going to say, I seem to recall you, actually, quick note, you can probably hear the train in the background. I live right by the train tracks, which kind of sucks. So every 30 minutes we're going to hear a train.
Nice.
Just announcement for future. Anyway, I was going to say, you move a lot, and then I was thinking, I don't think you move as much as me, because with going off to school and whatnot, I was moving at least twice a year.
Sean, this is my 4th house I've lived in since we started this podcast.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I've been moving twice a year. All my stuff.
I guess, but you move back and forth, I guess. But I guess you're in a different part each time, and now you're in the States.
I'm in a different place each time. Now I'm in the States, right? I just moved back and did visa stuff for a month, and then
we've both moved a lot. Is really the takeaway.
And it sucks.
Yes.
Moving sucks, and I hate it.
God.
Luckily, I'm not having to move a whole house where you're having to move a whole apartment or whatnot. I'm just having to move basically a room and whatever mine is in the kitchen. Kind of.
I miss that being the only thing I had to move. I could fit everything in my car back then.
I can't do that quite because my bed's too big, but I can almost do that, yeah.
I used to have an air mattress, so that just made it super easy to move.
That would make sense. And then no box spring, just on the floor?
I had a little folding frame for it.
Oh, okay, sure.
And then it sprung a leak, and then I always just slept on the folding frame, so that's why I have a bad back.
I was gonna say that would be the worst. That's just metal bars. In fact,
it's
spikes.
It was not a good time. That was a rough time in my life. That was when I started Let's Playing.
That's how it started.
It explains so much about me.
Yeah, there you go. For those who don't know, I'm Sean Booker, and I'm joined. I don't even know who I'm joined by. Who the hell are you?
I don't know. I'm not here enough.
You're not here enough. That's true.
John Wheeler is here for once, and he'll be gone next week.
No, next week we're doing an early show so that you're here.
Right. Okay, so
next week will be E3 predictions.
Ooh, I'll get everything wrong again.
Yeah, probably. You're pretty good at predictions. I don't know if we said June 2nd. It's June 2nd. And let's go right into what you've been playing.
Me?
Yeah.
I have been playing NES Remix 1 and 2, because when I went to my friend's place for recordings, for some reason, all the time during breaks, we would play through NES Remix 1 and 2, so we ended up completing them both, all rainbow-starred.
What is rainbow-starred?
Okay, so there's a rating system of 1, 2, and 3 stars. And
just
then
how far you made it, or how good you did, or
how fast. It's all time-based.
Okay.
So, if you do it even faster than the usual 3-star target, you'll get a rainbow around it.
Okay. So is there any big difference between 1 and 2, or is it just kind of this more of it?
2 has a much better game selection, easily.
Okay.
The key games in NES Remix 1 were Zelda 1 and Mario 1, but then it had stuff like Wrecking Crew, Balloon Fight, Urban Champion, Tennis, Baseball,
okay.
Clue Land.
All right.
Yeah, and then NES Remix 2 had Mario 2, Mario 3, Kid Icarus, Metroid, Zelda 2, Kirby's Adventure, Wario's Woods.
Wait, Kirby's Adventure.
Dr. Mario.
Is that the Game Boy one? No, these are NES games.
Yeah, NES.
Right. Never mind. What's the Game Boy one? Kirby.
Dreamland.
Kirby in Dreamland, or Kirby? It's not just Kirby Dreamland.
Kirby's Dreamland.
No, it's not Kirby's Dreamland.
Yeah, Kirby's Dreamland.
No, God, it is Kirby's Dreamland.
Sean, I've been playing the series since it existed.
I guess. Hey, that was my first Kirby, so I thought I knew all the things about it. But then not. So you like 2 better?
Yeah, 2 is easily better. It's also easier technically because the challenges and the rainbow times a lot easier to hit.
Okay.
They're incredibly strict in one, and half the games in one don't handle that well, like Ice Climbers.
Okay.
Ice Climbers kind of plays like shit.
So it's just better because of selection.
Selection, yeah, and overall control.
Okay. So like you want like 3 to come out? You're into the series?
There is a rumor they're going to do a third one, and it would be like third-party games like Mega Man and Castlevania stuff like that.
Okay.
But
Would you go for like a SNES remix?
I'd be down for that too. I'd be down for either.
I feel like yeah, there's definitely some older games that like specifically like GameCube era where they or even N64 if they start just like messing with polygons, I think that'd be really weird and cool.
So yes, I have no idea what they'll do or what the future of that is, but I'd be totally down for another one.
I guess we'll hear more at E3.
Yeah.
Right.
So while I was gone, I got to play through Kirby Triple Deluxe.
That game is so good. What did you think?
I liked it.
It's so. Did you beat it?
I beat it 100%.
I didn't do that because I'm not a crazy person, but
Yeah.
I beat the boss.
To beat that 100%, you had to beat that Kirby Fighter game with each power once. Doesn't matter what difficulty, so I just beat them all on easy.
Okay.
The rhythm game, you had to get gold on all 4 songs.
I wasn't big into the rhythm game.
I liked it, but like I was done it in like 20 minutes.
I played through it once and I was like, I don't need to do this again.
Yeah, fair enough. But for some reason, it was tied to percentage. So.
Okay.
Then once you beat the main game, you unlock one new mode, and then once you beat that mode, you unlock another one. And then after
the rhythm game?
No. Once you beat the main game, you unlock that world tour.
Is that the boss thing?
No, that's the arena.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you unlock that too. You unlock the arena.
I seem to recall you unlock playing the game as DDD and the boss thing.
That's world tour.
Okay.
Which you just run through the entire game as DDD.
Right.
And then after you beat that, because that has an extra boss at the end, and all the bosses you fight are EX versions.
Right.
So I don't know if you remember the Wii one, how if you beat the game you got extra mode.
No, I remember beating that game and being like, this was too long, I don't want to play you ever again.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember the Wii one doing the thing of like, hey, you're at the end. Oh wait, no you're not, here's like another 4 worlds or something. Or no, maybe it was 1 world or something, I don't know. It just did the whole, you're at the end, no you're not. And I just remember
that. That was that one for sure. That was the one extra world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like after you beat the DDD mode, then you unlock the true arena, which has an extra boss at the end of that.
Okay.
And then once you've finally beaten that, you're done 100%.
I thought that game did some real cool stuff with the depth. Did you play with the 3D?
No.
Oh, come on. I thought that game
You can't be
so
surprised
good.
by this.
But
Come on.
that game was so good with the 3D. Like, there's trains jumping out at you. Oh, I loved it with the whole like 2 like planes that you jump back and forth. I loved it so much. The music was great. I thought the final
soundtrack was really solid. It was one of the few games I've played with like my headphones on.
Archer Kirby is the best.
No.
No?
No.
What's your choice, Kirby?
Hammer. Honestly, Hammer got me through True Arena.
Okay, I liked Archer, man. Archer was so much
Archer
fun.
had some cool things.
Archer just has so many different moves. Like he has like that. I love the one where if you're running and jump attack, he shoots like 3 arrows.
That
real
one.
fast.
That's the best move Archer has.
It's a great move. But I also love that you could power up your shot and then aim with it. Like I really liked Archer.
That Archer was the best of the new powers.
Right,
Bell and Clown or Circus sucked.
I hated Circus so much.
Circus was so stupid. I found myself using through my playthrough Ninja the most, honestly.
I use Ninja kind of often. Yeah. I also like not Leaf. Is it Wing?
Yeah.
The one with the headdress.
Mhm.
I liked that one too. But I thought Archer was the best. So Kirby Battle Mode. How'd you feel about that? The big Smash Bros. Thing.
It was all right.
Did you play with anyone?
Yeah, I did actually.
I didn't, unfortunately. No one would play with me.
It was an okay tide over for like Smash Brothers, but that's about it, really.
Okay.
And the weird thing is like there's download play for it if they don't have the game, but they only get to choose from 2 powers.
Oh, that's weird. What are the two?
Sword and cutter.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile,
That
everyone else
sucks.
gets whip and bomb and hammer and everything. So
Except Bomb Kirby sucks.
yeah, he really does in this game. He's always been the best, except for this
Oh,
one.
really? I never liked Bomb.
Bomb used to be great.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for it because I've never been into Bomb. I'm trying to think which ones I really hate. Circus I definitely hate. I didn't like
Hmm.
Bomb at all.
Bomb was
Umbrella
definitely
Kirby I
nerfed.
don't like.
Umbrella has infinite combos, believe it or not.
Oh, like he can just keep attacking.
Yeah, at least in
Okay.
the battle mode, he can actually has an infinite.
Oh, okay, cool. I was surprised in battle mode how Smash Bros. It was like when items like started dropping. I was like, what is this? This is just Smash Bros.
To be fair, I mean it's the same company that makes Smash Bros. It's HAL.
I was just surprised. I thought it was just gonna be like just straight up fighting. You already have powers, but then items, and I was like, wow, this is. I don't know. It was fun. I like that game quite a bit. What else do you play?
I played Mario Golf World Tour.
All right, the stream or the chat and everyone who's been listening to the show knows that I hate that game.
What?
I hate it. I hate it so
Why?
much.
Why? Catch me up. I missed.
Because you have to play those courses over and over and over until you get first place. You have to get first place in order to progress.
Oh, well then maybe that's the difference because I always got first place.
Oh, hey, this was like my first Mario Golf.
Okay, that would explain it. This is
So,
my like
and the
third,
thing is I felt like I was doing
fourth.
pretty good, but it got to the point where it was like if I didn't have one under par on every single hole, I was not going to get first. In fact, and again, the chat's already heard this, so sorry for repeating it, but for you, I got to a point where I was like, man, I'm doing so good. I'm like two ahead on the last hole. There's no way I can lose. And then Mario gets an eagle. Like, what? Nobody gets eagles. Are you kidding me? Like, I almost threw my DS at the wall.
I get eagles.
Well, I don't know how you're doing it. Clearly, you're the better Mario golfer.
Like I said, I've played the Game Boy one, I've played the
Easy
N64
swing, or
one,
do you like manual everything?
manual.
See, I didn't do manual because I didn't really get it.
You've never played a golf game where you have to like set the power then set the accuracy?
I've played golf.
You played actual golf?
No. Like
Okay, or NES golf.
NES golf, briefly, and I played Wii Sports Golf.
Mm. Well,
And
Wii
then
Sports
this.
Golf's not a good example.
Exactly. Like these are like none of those prepared me for this.
So I've been playing the series long enough that I know what to do.
Well, as a newcomer, that game just shits on you.
Yeah, kinda actually.
Yeah, so I hated it so much.
I can understand that. So that's probably why I like it, is because I've been playing the series for so long.
So what did you like so much about it?
Lots of courses, all different, fairly different. Not as many crazy minigame modes like in the tennis one. Like, do you remember?
I didn't play tennis.
Mario Tennis had like you could play the original Mario Brothers while playing tennis.
I remember seeing those. Yeah.
Crazy stuff like that. Nothing like that in this game, which really
Yeah,
brings
I
me
didn't
out.
find much. Like the closest thing would be like the approach game or
The coin game,
the coin
like-
game.
where like you had to get as many coins as you could.
Where was that?
That was in challenge mode.
Huh. I guess I didn't spend enough time in challenge mode. The coin game. That doesn't
Yeah,
ring me
there's
up.
like specific club mode. There's speed golf. There's the
Yeah,
coin game. There's ring shot. There's coin hunt.
Huh. All right.
Did you not do the challenge mode at all, Sean?
I did. No, I did. I did because I remember like the approach and like the putting one, and it was all these like different
No.
difficulties.
That's on the castle mode. That's completely separate.
Oh, maybe I didn't find challenge mode.
It's literally single player.
Where was it? Where in the castle did you have to go?
Not in the castle. You had to go to quick play.
Okay.
Quick play, single player, challenge mode, and then
I just assumed quick play was just quickly play a round of golf.
no, that's where multiplayer and everything's hidden.
Okay. All right.
And that's
I thought the
how
multiplayer
you
was just like the online.
no.
Huh.
No, that's how you access like the challenges, how you unlock more courses. It's how you buy the DLC.
Is there DLC? Oh yeah, there's
Yes.
like a season pass, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm surprised they haven't announced anything for Mario Kart 8 with that.
I feel like they will, because there's that Mercedes-Benz DLC in Japan.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's in the news. Anything else about Mario Golf, or do you want to get into kart?
I've been playing a bunch of online tournaments of it, really enjoying it.
And with the online tournaments, you can like upload your scores, right? You don't have to
Yeah,
pay
that's how
upfront.
you get ranked, and then at the end of it, there's like a ceremony.
Yeah, that's what I love because I could not think of like sitting there and playing 18 holes straight. That would be terrible. So
I
I like
have
that part.
I have one gigantic gripe with that game though. You
All right.
cannot just save and quit in the middle of a round of golf.
We can close your DS.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you need to check Street Pass, if your battery runs out, you're fucked.
Sure,
That
right.
is a
Yeah, and 18
humongous
holes. Well,
oversight.
that was my problem. Is it's 18 holes, and
Yeah.
because I was getting like up to hole 16, and then someone gets a fucking eagle, it's like great. I need to do another 18 holes again. I'm gonna destroy you, you stupid machine.
Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, like, just the ability to save and quit, go play a different mode or multiplayer, and then come back to where you were in a tournament.
Or you
I
can
hate.
save and quit, and then don't play that game anymore. That's more my speed.
I still like the game, so I mean, I'm gonna go back to it in a bit. So.
I'm never going back to that game. Oh god, I hate that game so much. Okay, so Mario Kart 8, you got it
Mhm.
2 days ago.
Yeah, I got it Friday.
Have you been playing much?
An okay amount.
Have you played
I-
Mario Kart before?
What? What's the series we're talking about? That's new and no one's ever heard of before?
I'm just saying, have you played Mario Kart before?
Yes.
Then you've played so many hours of Mario Kart 8. 'Cause
I
that's
guess.
that's a bad joke. Obviously, everyone knows it's Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that a few weeks ago, so I got to review that. My review's up on Comic Book Bin.
Did you like it?
So it's a weird thing. I don't feel there's like a bad Mario Kart. At worst, they're like middling if they're on the low end, right? Like when it comes down to it, it's still Mario Kart. The formula never gets bad. It's just some parts of it may make this one not as enjoyable as the rest.
Yeah.
Right? Like I might say, the Wii one is my least favorite, but it's not a bad game. So honestly, I like this Mario Kart. It's my second least favorite Mario Kart.
Ooh. What do you hate more?
But the Wii one.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
But the reason this one is my second least favorite is because battle mode.
Yeah, what the fuck did they do to battle
I know,
mode?
right? Like, I don't even get it. I don't even get it. It makes no sense.
All right, so for those who don't know what they did to
I
battle
talked
mode,
about this 2 weeks ago.
all right, but we'll catch everyone up to speed in case they didn't tune in.
For sure.
Instead of having like an arena to play in, you get to choose from. Is it all the courses or just
No,
a select few?
it's only 8 of them.
What?
Yeah, it's 4 new ones and 4 old ones. That's 8 right there.
Yeah, so you play through actual tracks, like the tracks you race through.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to say lazy because I know game developers aren't lazy, but it's like, couldn't you just like make a box? I would have had more fun with a box. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It is so bad. I almost would have preferred no battle mode. Because at least at that point it's just like, oh man, too bad battle mode's not here, as opposed to now where I hate it.
Apparently, I've had some people say if you play on, was it Yoshi's Safari or Yoshi's Valley, it's not that bad. It's the closest thing it has to an arena.
Is Yoshi's Valley the one with like the labyrinth?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds really difficult.
I think it's actually probably the best course for it. But yeah, it's just like it's a timing-based mode now instead of like everyone has 3 hits.
No, there's 3 hits.
Oh, and there's that too? Because I saw pictures of a timer.
No, when I played it, we had the 3 balloons, but it just took forever because you're on long stretches of road and you can't find the other person. And when you can, they quickly go around a sharp turn because they're kind of racing instead of playing battle mode because it's not battle mode. God, it's so bad. I hate it. But yeah, no, the 3 balloons are there. But anyway, that part's garbage. The other thing I really don't like about it.
I wonder if it's the same thing I'm feeling
Is
about
it
the
the
game.
gamepad?
No.
Okay, so the gamepad is completely useless.
Yeah.
First off, it's a horn. Like, get out of my face. Second off, it's a map. Who's ever going to look at the map and not the TV? No one. That's it. Get out of my face. Third one, if you choose to mirror the TV, like, lots of Wii games do, and you're playing, like, split-screen co-op, it still splits your screen on the controller. Why would I ever want that? Just give me my screen. Like, so if you're playing, like, 4 people, which I was, now I'm using just the small corner of it? That's... What? What? Doesn't it just seems like such a design like misstep?
There's a lot of weird missteps in this game.
Yeah.
Have
So
you had
what's
issues with the item balance?
I didn't have any issues with the item balance, I guess. No.
Have you ever had a problem where you're in second place and you want to catch up to first, but all you keep getting are coins?
No, no, I haven't. You know what I actually have though?
Hmm.
I've been in like fourth place, and I got like lucky number 8, and I was like, this seems greatly unfair. Now I'm just a monster, and I'm in fourth, and I
No,
felt bad for the computer at that point.
no, I've had points where I'm like, all right, I'm in 11th place. Crap, what am I gonna do? 2 coins. All right, what's the next box got? 2 coins. What's the next box got? 2 coins.
Oh, maybe that's the
I've ended
difference
in
because,
11.
like you being amazing at Mario Golf and me being terrible, Mario Kart, I was never in 11th place. So this is where I can go, you suck.
Well, to be fair, what are you gonna do when you get lightning bolted and blue shelled? That's the problem. The AI is
And
unpredictable.
then 10 people pass you.
Yes, exactly. That's the
No,
reason I've
I
ended in
haven't
11th
seen
place.
very many weird things with the items.
No, I've been playing online a bunch too, and there are just points where you just can't get an item to take down anyone. I've actually had a race where no one got a red shell.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's just something really weird with the item thing, and the one
Although
thing that
I
kind
feel
of
like that's really interesting from like a Smash Bros. No item match. You know, like this is like we're not putting any of this bullshit in here. It's just skill versus skill.
but this is the problem with Mario Kart is that it's not that because people are still getting items. So if
No, no,
it,
I'm just saying like I almost kind of wish there was a mode that was. I'm sure you can turn items off.
oh yeah, yeah, if you're playing with
Yeah.
friends or in a tournament mode, you can just turn items off and
Sure,
have it pure.
okay.
You can even turn coins off.
Right, right. Coins is new to this one. No, it's not new to
Nope,
this one.
7 and the original and
original.
Super Circuit.
Did they always give you a boost?
Yes, they
And do
always
you-
upped your acceleration.
And yeah,
Your
and
max
you-
speed, I mean, your max speed.
and your max speed. Well, you get a boost when you collect them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, your max speed goes up, and it goes up to 10 coins.
Okay. Do you like the game though? Because I do like the game. In a
I
lot
still
of
like the
respects.
game. It's just something feels off. They tried to balance things, and I think that threw off the balance of that was in the other games in a way.
Here's my 2 things I want in a Mario Kart. I want good double dash retro stages. They're not
Mhm.
picking the good ones. They're picking weird ones. And 2, I want block fort back in battle mode. Just give me block fort. They've got it right with the N64.
So here's a
They-
question: what happens if they suddenly decide, oh, we fucked up? Here's DLC of these normal arenas for battle mode.
So here's the thing. Normally they'd be like, great, awesome. This is kind of dark, shady that you're giving us the good stages in DLC. I would get them if I was playing this with people.
Mm.
I don't have a ton of people around me to play this anymore. But if I was in the age where I did and I was going over to my friend's house every day to play Mario Kart, I would totally grab that. In fact, if they had DLC for this, like actual courses, I'd probably pick those up. Like if they released cups as DLC, I'd totally get that.
I wonder if they will. I feel like they won't.
I feel like this is like the perfect game to do that because it's Mario Kart. Everyone is buying it. I read a number that like 1.5 million copies of Mario Kart 8 have already been sold.
I think it was 1.2, but yeah, it's probably close enough to that.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is the one. Like do DLC on this. Like on Giant Bomb and Patrick Klippe had mentioned this is the perfect game with the retro stages. Can literally sell people their nostalgia.
Yeah.
And this is the one game your system has that everyone is going to pick up.
Yeah. It would make a ton of sense.
It would make so much sense. Like if just pick any of the old stages, there's bound to be a good chunk of people that are like, I remember this one because that was my Mario Kart. I want that now in 60 frames, 720 HP, HD. But
Did you have any problems with red shells not locking on?
No. In fact, they lock on in the air now.
Oh no, they did that since 7.
Did they do that? Okay.
Yeah.
But no, the items were totally fine for me. I had no problems with the core game of Mario Kart.
I've had blue shells just lose track of you and just kind of spin around in circles and blow up.
That's so weird. I didn't have anything like that.
I've had green shell AI's been ridiculously accurate with green shells.
I feel like that's kind of one of those elements of randomness with Mario Kart.
But it's consistent randomness. That's the problem.
Okay, this is starting to sound like you're getting hit a whole bunch, and you're like, the game hates me, and I hate this game.
I was just in a 2-hour tournament online in a stream, and almost every race had me getting hit with a lightning bolt immediately as I picked up an item box. Always on the third lap.
And just losing it, yeah.
Yeah.
That would suck. And my friends and I were even doing this. It was like if something terrible happened, it's like, well, it's Mario Kart. Like
Yeah.
it's Mario Kart.
I know it's Mario Kart, but it's weird when it's consistent.
All I can say
That's
is
the
like,
problem.
go play Blur. There's your serious kart racer.
No,
Or
yes.
something.
High quality Blur.
But
But no, like I still like it, and the tracks are amazing. Actually, I think most of the new tracks are really good, except for the new Rainbow Road. I hate the new Rainbow Road.
I like it. Isn't it the? Oh no, sorry. The retro one is the 64 one.
The
I
retro
like
one's
New Rainbow.
fantastic. The retro one's fantastic.
I'm curious if you can still do the shortcut.
I don't know. I feel like you can't. That would be so broken if you
I'm
could.
assuming you can't. But then again, that shortcut was so hard to pull off. It'd be cool if they kept it. Anyway, what do you not like about Rainbow Road? I always
It's just
kind
so
of like.
bland.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't know. It's super windy, which I always like.
And my problem is that I'm coming off of Mario Kart 7, where Rainbow Road and that was really good. You were like flying around planets, you were jumping across moons, stuff like that.
I
Here
can't.
it's just like you're
can't remember
doing
a lot
figure
of
eights
7.
around a space station.
I do feel there's a lot of good tracks in this one. The new
Yeah.
ones, like I'm trying to think some of my
The
favorite
airport
ones.
is really good.
Airport's a good one. I also like the mountain that's not in like a loop; it just goes down it.
You mean Mount Wario? Mount Wario.
Yeah, the one where you launch out of a plane.
Yeah, the slalom. That one's really good.
That one's really good. I also like
the airship one's really good.
That one's not
We're in
bad.
the clouds.
I really like the Mario Galaxy one.
I think that might be the one I was actually just talking about, the cloud one.
Maybe. Yeah, the cloud one, sure.
Yeah,
and there's
that
like
one's really
buttons
good.
and stuff. Yeah, and you got the Mario Galaxy music right there. There's a lot of really great stages. I like the anti-grav mode. That Electro Dome is awesome.
Yeah, that one's really good. The club
was-
where everyone's like raving in the background.
Yeah, and the PD Piranhas are just like head bopping while you're racing by them. And you're like, this is totally awesome. This is Mario Kart. But what I really love, and that stage is a good example of it, is when you're in like the anti-grav sections and like opponents will be like above you, upside down. Like that's super cool. That's awesome.
It's weird. I look at this game, I'm like, wow, they took a lot of inspiration from F-Zero on this. Like this feels like a mix between F-Zero and Mario Kart.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, some Wipeout. Right.
Yeah.
I also, and I feel like this is like the best way to play the game, is play with 3 or 4 people first, because you're playing at 30 frames a second, and then play with 2 or 1 players, because then it jumps up to 60 frames, and that game looks so nice in 60 frames.
I have not had any multiplayer sessions like locally, only online so far.
Oh, right, yeah. So which most people I'm sure are going to play it solo first, but luckily I played it with 3 people first, and then we switched it to 2, and it was just like, holy crap, look at this game. Oh my gosh, it looks so...
Yeah, the game is absolutely gorgeous.
And it looks great, yeah. It is easily one of the nicest looking Wii U games, that's for sure. But, like I said, it's a fine Mario Kart game. It just happens to be my second least favorite Mario Kart.
Yeah, I can't really forgive them for what they did to Battle Mode.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I wouldn't have played Battle Mode that much, because I don't play that much multiplayer stuff, but yeah, Battle Mode, I have a lot of nostalgia for Battle Mode.
But like they had their shit together for 7 for most Battle Mode. Why did they? I guess they wanted to try something different. I can understand that and appreciate that, but why not leave the old stuff in?
Either way, they wanted to try something different, and they failed. You know, sometimes you're going to fail.
I guess.
And they greatly failed.
But I feel like had they done that, like Mario Kart would be like in the high 90s on Metacritic or something.
It would be fantastic, yeah. No, like, it just seems like it was such a fundamental failure. Like, how did you not see how this would be bad? I'm confused. Either way, Block Fort is the best battle mode arena of all time. Straight up. Can't beat Block Fort.
I can respect that.
You have a couple more games.
All right, what else did I play? I played Gary's Mod.
I've never played Gary's Mod.
It was just a couple days ago. A bunch of friends wanted to play some modes like Trouble in Terrorist Town.
I don't know what any of this is.
Basically, you're in a group of you are terrorists, but one of you is a traitor terrorist who has to kill the other terrorists without getting caught.
Okay.
So like you basically try to convince people that you're not a terrorist, and like they'll just start shooting each other. You have to make sure like you're the survivor at the end, and people have to find who you are without knowing.
What do you mean by convince people?
Well, I mean, we were in a Skype call, so that's how we were able to just convince people. But really,
wait, like literally talking to someone?
Yeah, we were chatting with each other while we were playing. Like depending on how you act in the game, people might think you're being suspicious if you start like aiming a big gun at someone.
Oh, is it okay? So now I'm starting to think this is kind of like Assassin's Creed multiplayer, where you have to pretend to be an AI.
Not quite, but
Okay.
in a way, like you have to pretend you're not trying to kill everyone else. Basically, you got like innocent people are looking for the actual traitor, and the traitor's trying to kill off everyone without getting like caught
Okay.
or killed rather, I guess.
All right. This sounds like a card game I could see in real life, like kind of like
Kind of.
Resistance almost.
It's kind of like Werewolf, but like with
Sure.
guns.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Like, Werewolf as a first-person shooter is probably the best comparison.
All right. All right.
It's actually pretty fun. I really enjoyed it.
I actually heard, just speaking of Werewolf, so you've played Werewolf?
Hmm.
Okay, for those who don't know, Werewolf is a card game. Not really a card game. It's more of like a party game where one person's a werewolf and there's different villagers and stuff like that. There's like a doctor. Anyway, the werewolf is trying to kill people, the doctor's trying to save people, but no one knows who anyone is, and it's all like a big debate and everyone's yelling at each other and arguing game. It's a party game. For people who do know Werewolf, I thought of a really good, or I didn't think of one. I read a really good like rule you can add that if it gets to the point where the argument's taking too long, you pick two people and they play rock paper scissors and the loser gets killed.
Ooh.
Just to like speed it up. And I was like, that's super interesting. Or like the two people who are arguing the most, they have to play rock paper scissors. The loser dies. Which I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Anyway, back to
Real life.
Yeah, just in real life. Yeah, just like this is the end. I hope you enjoyed life.
No, it was fun. We played some other modes. We played which was Mario Party basically. So they had all these weird Mario Party-esque mini games. That was fun. I'm trying to think of what else. We played Murder, which was basically Clue, or kind of the same thing as Terrorist Town, but Terrorist Town was better. I don't know.
Okay.
It was a bunch of goofing around. I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
And-
Last question I actually had about Mario Kart. Did you register it? Like, what game are you going for?
I have all 4 games already, so
I
I
know,
think
I do too.
I'm just gonna give away the code to someone on stream.
Do you know what game you're going to give away?
I think
Or are you going to give away the Mario Kart code?
I think I can. I think what happens if you type in the code and then you get the option to choose or something like that. I haven't looked into it.
Oh, okay. It might just be easier to give away the Mario Kart code, and
It might
then
be.
they just register it. Because it might be specific to your account, because your account is tied to your Wii U, right? Actually, you know what?
No, it's
I
Club
don't know.
Nintendo, so
But isn't your Club Nintendo tied to your Wii U?
yeah,
I-
but I don't know.
But actually, now I'm thinking about it, because I redeemed games on Club Nintendo, and I still have to. I'm pretty sure I still have to put in the code.
Yeah, so I think it would just be the code. I think you just
Okay.
pick the game on Club Nintendo. So
I'm trying to think if there's like one of those games I'd love to have all the time on my system, and it might be just Wind Waker, but I don't know.
I have a feeling a lot of people are just grabbing Wind Waker.
In my opinion, it's the best one on there, despite being a remake.
Hmm.
Pikmin 3 is great, and Wii Party sucks. What's the other one?
Wii Party,
New Super Mario Bros. U. I think Wind Waker is the best one, and Pikmin is a close second.
And then like Europe has the choice of like 9 games.
Yeah, Europe's selection's so good because they have Game and Wario. Like hands down, they win.
Game and Wario, Monster Hunter.
Wonderful 101.
Yeah, like a
Funniest
really
game.
really solid list.
Oh man. Okay.
I don't know.
You played one more game, and you've been tweeting a lot about it.
Yeah, I've been playing Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Cool.
So
you must
what-
be enjoying it because you seem to be playing a lot of it.
So what happened was on Friday I did a stream and the game was voted on to be played. So the audience got to choose like what I named my character and what I named my town. So it became Wesker from like Resident Evil.
Yes.
He became the mayor of Eghtopia. So I was just running around doing stupid stuff and talking about like he was going to try to take over the world, starting with his town.
Yes, I've
and
been
then-
seeing all the tweets.
Yeah, and then like after the stream, I started just finding just funny shit to tweet about, like he was trying to take over the town proper.
Right.
So that I've been having more fun coming up with this stupid story and tweeting.
But you seem to be like actually playing the game because I saw you had like 76,000 bells. So you must be
that was-
actually like
That was a
running-
donation. That was a donation.
Okay, never mind then.
Someone joined my game, gave me 99,000 bells, and gave me all the egg equipment.
Oh,
but
okay.
my house isn't big enough for it yet, so I just bought the first expansion, and I'm waiting for it to be built tomorrow.
Is there anything like if you weren't getting this donation, if you weren't trying to just kind of fuck around, like do you like Animal Crossing? Not really.
It's all right. I guess I can see why people like it, but I don't think it would hold my attention for that long.
Is this your first Animal Crossing?
Yes, my very first one.
Wow. Okay. Well, it is a good Animal Crossing. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So.
It is literally all the completely just messing around and coming up with this stupid story is probably the thing that's keeping me the most engaged with this game.
It's actually interesting because I'm pretty sure it came out around this time last year.
Yeah, and now Tomodachi Life's coming out.
Yeah.
It
I
was just
just
funny
feel
because
like this is the worst time for Animal Crossing because we don't have any like major holidays, kind of.
Mm.
Like you get that, like if you could get that game in like October, September, October, so you could go Halloween, you could do Thanksgiving, which isn't a big one, but then you got Christmas. Like Christmas is ideal. When City Folk came out, and I don't know, it came out in like November, I think. Having like Christmas with that game was so much fun. Being on like Christmas break, I played so much City Folk.
Mm.
But yeah.
I don't know. If I didn't have like people helping me out and like making it be a little bit faster paced, I probably wouldn't be into it as much.
It's a slow game. This one
Yeah.
especially is a slow game.
Yeah, because I'm just like, all right, well, I've got nothing to do. I've talked to these people. I've done a bunch of fishing. I think I've spent half my time just fishing and trying to fill up the museum.
That's pretty much what you do in Animal Crossing. That's the game.
That's pretty weak, honestly.
That's pretty much the game. That and like trading fruit, which I saw you had cherries.
That's what I started with, yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised people aren't giving you more fruit so you can plant fruit because fruit is
I've been given perfect peaches, mangoes, oranges,
so
and another one I can't remember.
There's apples, pears, lemons.
Don't remember. Durians, I think is what it was.
Oh, durians, sure. The oranges, I believe you can get, and then you can get some like bananas and coconuts. There's fruit. Yeah, that's a thing in Animal Crossing.
One of my friends, I've got a villager that they really want, so they keep trying to sneak into my town and convince him to move over.
Right, you can do that. That's right.
Yeah, and
I
accidentally stole one of their villagers.
I feel like Pokemon and Animal Crossing New Leaf were the 3DS's two biggest games.
Well, I am not that into Pokemon and Animal Crossing.
I'm just saying, in terms of like seeing the internet like explode, I feel like it's those two games.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I'll definitely agree with you on that.
Not the two best games on 3DS, but definitely the most popular, I would say.
I feel like I might enjoy Animal Crossing more once more features are unlocked too, because I'm like, there's like nothing I can do right now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Animal Crossing is it's designed to be slow. Like you are, it is meant for you to pick up for 30 minutes in one day, and then that is it. They want you to play that thing all year. They want you to get excited for Halloween and all that kind of stuff. And just a lot of people don't want to do that, and you know, a lot of people want them to change that because it's been like that the whole time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it also is better for kids who have a ton of free time to just like, yeah, I'm gonna play this every day for forever because you know I'm a kid. I'm watching stuff. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll give it a couple more days and see how it goes. I feel like people want me to keep updating it on like streams to show what's going on.
Yeah.
So like I'll keep it going for a little bit. Like I'm.
Hey, pro tip: Friday or Saturday nights, KK Slider. Oh no, wait, where's KK Slider in this game?
He's in DJ KK or DJ Lowell or Club Lowell.
He's in a cafe, yeah, but you have to unlock it, so he's not even there all the time. He
Yeah,
used to be
like
there
that's the
every
thing.
week.
Like I go to my town and like I'm like, all right, when do I get the bug net?
Yeah.
When do I get the bug net?
Yeah, no. This is an extra slow version of Animal Crossing. I feel it's been the most popular one though.
I can just say right now, if I wasn't doing this silly thing on Twitter with like tweeting the dumb story I'm making up, probably wouldn't be as into it.
That's fair. I feel like this would have been different though if you were playing it when everyone was, because we'd all be playing with each other and stuff, going to each other's towns.
No, I kind of don't think it would grab me then. And this is coming from someone who really likes old Harvest Moon games.
I don't get how But Harvest Moon has like almost a story to it. Like there's like a goal.
There's more of a goal to Harvest Moon, I guess.
No, you're trying to get a girlfriend or boyfriend, depending on which.
And maybe it's the fact that when
there
you
are more
go to
mini
bed,
games Harvest Moon.
No, I realize what it is now. I know what it is. It's not having to deal with the limitations of real time. In Harvest Moon,
Sure.
if you want to move on to the next day, you just go to bed.
Right, yeah. No.
You can't do that in this game.
It's Animal Crossing is designed in a very fundamental way. Like they have three of these? They have four of these now. They have four of these now. They've always been the same. It's either you like that it is designed around real life or you don't. Because it's not changing. You can only hold like 30 things, and that's it. Your backpack is always too small.
If this game had like the ability of Harvest Moon, where you could just move to the next day whenever you want without like cheating, I think I would like it a lot more.
You're right, but at that point, it's just like, dude, there's so many Harvest Moons. Go play Harvest Moon.
I guess.
Go play The Sims or something. You know, those games don't have KK Slider, and that guy's a cool guy. He's a
True.
cool.
I want to meet KK Slider, but I
Yeah,
mean,
you know, you can request.
I just met Tortimer, so.
Tortimer's a crazy old man. You know, there's that captain that'll take you to the island, and he always sings a rhyme, and it's usually funny.
Apparently, I'm gonna meet him tomorrow because the boat shows up tomorrow.
Cool. There you go. All right. Let's move on to what I've been playing. We've been going so long.
Yeah. Oh man, we have.
Well, a couple of mine are pretty short. We already talked about Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Real quick update. I got back into Risk of Rain with Paul. They did an update about a month and a half ago, adding artifacts, which are basically like the skulls from Halo, so they're like modifiers. So now we're doing quests to unlock them all, and then to play through the game with each of them. And they have weird ones like you do 500% damage, but you only have 10% health. Or ones like when you kill an enemy, it will explode, but it'll only hurt you when it explodes. So just kind of weird hilarity. The best, we actually, if people are interested, because we've been streaming them and they get archived on Paul's Twitch channel. Last night, there's actually two because my Paul's internet cut out, or Paul's stream cut out, so we ended up doing two. It was a really great run because we found two artifacts, but each time we found them, they required like multiple things to do, and we didn't know that. So we'd be like, "Oh man, the opening's here!" Because Risk of Rain's all about like which map layout did you get this time, because it's somewhat randomized.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we get to a new map, we're like, "Okay, we gotta go check the corner to see if that opening's there." And when it's there, it's like, "Oh shit, it's there!" And then we'd both run there, and it's like, "Wait, I can't find it anywhere." Oh crap! Do you mean it like randomized? But we got like 90% of what we needed, and then we realized, oh no, wait, we have to push these buttons. All right, let's try it. Like it's this crazy thing of us like learning, and it just ends up being really fun. And then yesterday, specifically, we were doing these ones that was like, oh crap, you need like a jetpack. I don't have a jetpack, so we're trying to like jimmy rig ways of jumping higher and whatnot. And the best one was we couldn't jump far enough to land on this platform, but it's like, wait, the character we have has 3 like dash moves. If we charge up the dash and then jump and launch ourselves and then do our double jump and then turn around and do our backwards dash, we could probably make the jump. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but
you all died a terrible, terrible death.
It was a lot of fun trying to attempt that. So we're just having a ton of fun. It's brought back a lot of my love for when achievements were like, hey, you have to play this game in a really weird way to get this. And we're really having to think outside the box to get some of these artifacts. Because a lot of the times you'll get to like World 4 and it's like, oh man, it's here, but I didn't bring the right class. Okay, what can we do? What do we need to make this? So that's pretty fun. I started Transistor from Supergiant Games.
I forgot that was out because it came out while I was gone.
Pro tip, Nathan bought it.
Yep.
So you have that.
Oh, right, it's on Steam. I was gonna get it for PS4.
It's PS4 or Steam. Nathan bought it on Steam, so you do have it if you want. I've only played about 30 minutes to an hour, so I can't talk a ton about it. I will say that music's great. It looks beautiful. I love that art style. The narrator stuff is pretty cool, and the battle system I was not expecting. Have you been playing it at like PAX and stuff?
I watched footage of it.
Okay, so you know the whole like stop time, plan out your attack, and then go thing?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that. I hadn't been
Really?
I saw the initial like launch trailer, and then at that point I was like, all right, I don't need to look anything else up because I'm gonna play this. And that's generally how it works for games. I never look at trailers because I know I'm gonna play them. That's a lot of fun, and the combinations you can do with like, because you can get abilities, but you can make them like an active ability or a passive one. So I have one now that every time I do a normal attack, it sends lightning off to all these other guys, but if I put that on my dash attack, anytime I dodge, it's going to emit a lightning thing on me. So there's all these crazy customization things you can do with your attacks, which is really great. But again, I haven't played enough of it. I want to talk about it. I'll talk about it probably a lot more next week. Anyway, you should play Transistor.
I want to. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance before I leave, though.
And Bastion is great, so... Yeah, Transistor.
I've played a bit of Bastion, so.
You haven't played through Bastion?
I haven't finished it, but I played it.
That game's like 3 hours long.
Well, I got a half hour in.
That's crazy. Bastion's really good. All right, I played 2 more games. I'll be writing a review for them sometime this week. The first one was episode 4 of The Wolf Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
It was not very good.
Ooh, I was going to ask if you were still into the series, but I've been hearing, every time I hear you bring it up, it seems like it's getting worse.
Yeah, this one has been the worst so far. It was just kind of a lot of talking. Like, especially because the last one ended on such, like, a cool note, and it's like, oh man, things are on. This one was more just like, now let's find the bad guy. So it's a lot of just talking about how you're angry. And it's really short. It's like an hour long. So that's disappointing. And it's what really sucks is, procedural cop drama being a werewolf. Like, it's such a cool idea, like you meet the butcher from, like, Jack the Candlestick Maker and all that stuff. Like, you meet Jersey Devil, all these weird characters, and they're all so cool. That guy turns into like a goat monster and you fight him. And so yeah, this game is like, maybe 20 minutes of real cool sections and then 40 minutes of just too much talking the whole time. And I just wish it was better than that, because they have such cool stuff to go with. But yeah, this episode wasn't great, and there's one more episode next week, so I'm hoping this was just like, we're building up to something really cool. But
you think it's going to be like the biggest letdown Telltale's put out, basically?
I don't know. Like, and what's crazy, the next game I was going to talk about, episode 3 of season 2 of Walking Dead, was incredible. It was so good. And it's crazy because episode 2 of season 2, I said was like, this is my favorite episode of the Telltale games that they've, especially in Walking Dead, easily against The Wolf Among Us. This was, I don't know. Episode 1 of Wolf Among Us was really great. But season 2, episode 2 was fantastic, and this episode, new one, episode 3, was so good. It was like self-contained. It had a great beginning, middle, and end. There was tons of like, just tension the whole time through. There was like some nice heartfelt moments. You felt connected to some characters, and some shit went down. It's insane. Things have changed.
So basically, all the good resources have gone into Walking Dead, and Wolf Among Us is kind of... It
seems like that, which I understand, from a money-making standpoint, that's obviously what would happen. Because, The Walking Dead was one of the biggest games of last year.
Yeah.
But it's just, Wolf Among Us started out so cool, and I love that title sequence whenever it plays. It's like, oh man, we're about to bust some guys, and I'm a werewolf? This is great! There's so much purple everywhere and neon. But yeah, no, The Walking Dead, I can't really talk too much about each of them because they're very story-heavy, and you already know if you're going to play them or not. But all I'll say is, episode 4 was a letdown, but season 2, episode 3 of Walking Dead was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So much crazy stuff happened. And I guess we can move on to the news.
All right, news time. What stories we got?
We got so much because we skipped last week.
Ah, right.
All right, first one. ZeniMax filed the lawsuit against Oculus. Have you been following?
Oh man, we are that far back in news? Holy cow.
Yeah. Okay. So have you been following any of this? The talks about them.
Bits and pieces about it, like Carmack apparently taking some of the tech.
ZeniMax was saying, hey, when Carmack was working for us, he was already working on VR stuff. Some of that code is ours, and Oculus and Carmack came back saying none of the code that came up is yours. We're using completely new code. Blah 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 blah. ZeniMax has finally said, all right, we are going to sue you for this. So I don't know if this will actually go to court. Oculus has Facebook behind them, so they got some pretty good lawyers. I'm assuming. Like, my assumption is this is just ZeniMax saying, we want some of that money because we feel we have a claim in it. Give us a settlement fee so this doesn't have to go anywhere and we'll get out of your hair.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Obviously, I don't know one way or the other who's in the right. I'm no lawyer. Big surprise. But, I don't know. I can't see this going to court. I can't, and I feel like Facebook will just write them a check and be like, please go away. What are you doing?
Yeah, it sucks. Like, they're trying to do something really cool, and everyone's just kind of slamming them, but, I mean, what are you going to do? What happens if ZeniMax might actually be legally in the right here?
Maybe, yeah. That would be such a weird thing if they were. But and it's also like I feel like at this point it was probably like, you're just coming out with this because I bet in a few weeks it will have gone past the point where you're allowed to make an argument anymore. Because like, hey, guess what? Oculus Rift is not new. Like, how did you not notice this when they've already had two developer kits?
It's about version 2, isn't it? It's not about version 1. It's about version 2.
Is it? I don't know if it's specific to
thought
version
it
2.
was.
I thought it was kind of just more generic VR research code. I don't know. I didn't look into it too much. But maybe it is version 2, and then that would make sense why they're coming out with it now, because version 2 is, we're just kind of in the midst of version 2 being out for the past few months, but I don't know. Next thing, this is a super small thing, but I thought it was really cool. So they announced a new SingStar, Sony did.
When was this?
This was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
The coolest thing is you can download an app for your phone to use as a microphone.
All right, that is actually pretty cool. I like that.
Isn't that incredibly smart?
Are they just connected to the PS4 through Bluetooth, or what?
I would believe so, because it has Bluetooth and everything, so I would assume it would be like that. Or it might just be kind of on Wi-Fi if they're both on the same network. Yeah. Isn't that? I think that's such a smart idea. That is such a smart idea.
Because almost everyone has their phone when they go somewhere that's console.
Everyone has their phone, and if they're like, how do we get a microphone into more hands? People don't want to buy 4 mics. When does that ever happen? Everyone already has a cell phone with a microphone. That's such a good idea. Like this is basically like they need this for JS Joust, because who has 7 Move controllers? No one. Who has 1 Move controller? Like no one.
Well, the thing with Joust though is that like you have to knock the thing out of your hand usually.
Right, which that would suck to do that with the phone.
Yeah.
But at least you would have enough controllers at that point. However, I know with Joust you can use PS4 controllers, like normal PS4 controllers. But anyway, yeah, that SingStar idea, I just thought that was super smart of them to come up with that. So I wanted to be like, hey, look at this. Next piece of news, you mentioned it earlier, Mercedes-Benz is coming to Mario Kart in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the commercial?
The commercial for it's pretty good.
The commercial's real good. And I'll quickly throw it in our chat for anyone watching who feels like they want to go check that out. But you can basically just search up. I'm not allowed to put links in the chat. Okay, I'm not doing that. Never mind that.
There you go.
Just Google search Mario Kart 8 Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, it's basically for the audio version. It's an 8-bit Mario gets in an 8-bit Mercedes-Benz, drives through the first world of Mario 1.
Just just running into Goombas and shit and
driving power-ups and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
And then it cuts to him at the flag, and then suddenly it's real life. A Mercedes parks, and this super buff Mario gets out of the Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, and it's windy. There's dust going everywhere, and he just stares at the camera,
super menacingly. And then he walks into a Goomba, and then he goes I've been hit.
Yeah,
and then it just cuts away.
Exactly. Super.
It's
buff
actually
Mario.
really funny.
He looks super cool, except he's in overalls, a red hat, and a giant nose, and he's just look at me. I bench press 260, and then looking real life Goomba taps his shin, and he's like, "Whoa!" And it just cuts to
It's really good. It is really good.
It's Japan. That is.
It's very Japan.
It's very Japan. Anyway, so the Mercedes-Benz is coming as free DLC in Japan. I think in July it was. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but that's not the kind of DLC I want for Mario Kart.
At least
it's the kind
free.
of commercials I want. Yeah, that's just gonna be so weird. Licensed cars in Mario Kart. That's so weird.
But they drive it like it's convertible though, so I mean, it still looks kartish. But it's a weird.
But it's just I'm used to the land boat, which I unlocked last night, and shit like that.
Yeah, but it's weird. Nintendo's had a bunch of crossovers lately with other companies. Mario Golf had a crossover with Callaway Golf.
What is Callaway?
Callaway is a very big golf equipment company.
Oh, what was the crossover?
There's tournaments in the game for it, and you unlock Callaway gear. You unlock part of their clothing line, their club sets, their balls, everything, their logo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
So they've just been doing a bit like that lately.
Did you get your Mario Kart at Best Buy and get some gas?
No.
Okay.
I had actually forgotten about that when I got back.
Right. I just thought about that now. That
was US only too, wasn't it?
I don't probably. Mine was mailed to me, so I didn't even have the chance. But I kind of want to know if people did that. Anyway, a couple of things about Harmonix, both kind of depressing. There was 37 layoffs, which is weird considering they have like 4 games going on right
But
now.
Chroma got trashed.
That was the second piece of news I was going to get to.
Whoops.
It didn't get trashed. It just said we have to go back to the drawing board. So what happened with Chroma is they went through their alpha where people could get in and whatnot. They got all their info from their alpha, and they basically said, this game doesn't work. We have to go back and make this work.
It's weird because one of my friends was in the alpha, and all he could tell me is anytime he tried to play, there was never anyone on.
That's weird. That seems odd, and but clearly people were playing because they were able to get enough information to say that this game doesn't work, which sucks because that was probably the game they're doing that I was most interested in, just because it sounded so weird. But I guess it sounded a bit too weird because they can't even make a game really out of it. So I hope that comes back. But like I said, anyways, they had 37 layoffs, which I was surprised to hear because, like I said, they had 4 games going. They seemed like they were in a real good spot.
Yeah.
But you know what? I bet Microsoft canceling or unpackaging the Kinect, making Fantasia not a huge thing. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
Or any Dance Central games, probably from there on out.
Right.
They barely met their goal on the Amplitude Kickstarter.
Right. Yeah. But and I believe with that, along with the 37 layoffs, Alex Rogopoulos, who is like one of the CAOs, has switched to a creative lead position. So yeah, weird things happening at Harmonix. Jumping down our list real quick, just in more sad news, EA closed down Mythic Entertainment, who did all the Warhammer Online games and that Dungeon Defender game, whatever, that got people really upset.
Dungeon Keeper 3 or something like that?
Dungeon Keeper, right, yeah. So that studio is also closed, so tons of fun times in video games right now. And then I'm trying to see... Okay. One interesting thing is you can watch the E3 press conference in a movie theater for Sony, if you want.
Which I think is a little crazy, but I mean...
Yeah,
whatever.
no, it's totally crazy. Those things are free online.
Yeah. But I assume there won't be any lag delays.
I'm assuming there will be. You and I went to that streaming thing for Indie Game the Movie in a theater, and there was lag delays and cutting in and out. I'm assuming this is going to be the same thing. It's just going to be an internet broadcast, like an internet stream. Like, we're going to go into the theater and we're going to see GameSpot and before they hit full screen. But anyway, that's the thing you can do. Don't go do that.
There's locations. There's 3 Canadian locations. I think 20 American.
I didn't look at the locations.
I did because I was like, all right, where is this going to be?
Is it Calgary? What are the 3 locations? Let me guess. Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal.
Oh my God! It's almost like you understand how Canada works.
Got it. Sweet.
They are the top 3 most populated cities, to be fair.
They're also the only cities Americans know exist.
That too.
So.
No, they know about Montreal.
Is one of the American cities San Francisco? I bet it is.
Probably. I didn't even look. I didn't even pay attention to the American cities.
Okay, that's fine, and you shouldn't have to, because you just got to go to GameSpot.com.
Yeah.
Or probably Twitch at this point.
Yeah, Twitch or YouTube.
Nintendo announced a sequel to Pushmo. I guess a second sequel because they did Crashmo, which I never picked up.
I have it, but I never played it. Yeah, I heard it was as good as Pushmo, though.
Right, yeah, that's weird that I never picked that one up. Anyway, Pushmo World is coming to the Wii U eShop on June 19th.
And Pushmo and Crashmo are on sale, or were on sale last weekend.
I didn't hear that. I would have picked up Crashmo.
It might still be. I actually got a memo, I think, on my 3DS. I can double check that now while we're talking about it, but...
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they were all 50% off.
Oh man, that's a substantial savings. I should definitely go get Crashmo now. Okay, and speaking of games being announced, Mortal Kombat. What's up?
Or sorry, do you want to talk about that first, or I got the note right here.
Let's hear the note.
Brush up on your puzzle-solving skills for the upcoming Pushmo World game for the Wii U console. From May 28th to June 13th, Nintendo eShop is offering the first 2 games, Pushmo and Crashmo, for Nintendo 3DS and 2DS at up to 33% off the regular price.
Okay. What is Crashmo at?
I'd have to log on to the store to look. It just says up to 33% off.
Great. Not as good a savings as you made me believe, but still,
Sorry.
maybe I'll pick up Crashmo. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, other games being announced. Mortal Kombat 10 was announced this morning.
I saw the trailer for that today. Hype for that.
It looks like Mortal Kombat, that's for sure. I don't know why Scorpion beat Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is the best character.
The Scorpion's always been Ed Boon's favorite character.
He's the fan favorite. I understand that. I'm just saying.
He voices Scorpion usually, so.
All I'm saying is Sub-Zero is the coolest character.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Just stop. I see that shit-eating grin on your face. Just stop. You're enjoying that way too much. All right, you can stop.
Oh, that guy's sweet. You freeze the guy and then you punch him.
Or in the case of the trailer, throw him into a tree.
You do that sweet Nestea fall backwards move, and then you show up behind them, and they're like, what?
The Nestea fall backwards move.
Right? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. That's why I'm laughing at it.
Yeah, you know,
I've never heard anyone call it that.
You're sweating. You take out a Nestea, you just fall back in that pool. Now you're behind the guy, and then you freeze him. Sub-Zero's so good. He's the best. I've never been a fan of the robot Sub-Zero.
Pushmo is $4.69. Crashmo is $5.99, according to Helter Skelter Girl in the chat.
Sweet. Thank you, girl.
Girl.
Thank you, girl. With just like that's GRRL. Forza Horizon 2 was announced this morning, which is fantastic.
I didn't see that announcement. Shit.
I really enjoyed Forza Horizon 1. That game is great. So I'm excited to that. And it should be noted, I believe both these games are coming to past gen as well, which I was hearing a bunch of people being like, that kind of sucks. It would be nicer if they put all their resources into making those games look amazing, which I can kind of agree with. But you know, it's what do you expect? The install base is in the past gen, so.
Update on Pushmo and Crashmo. I'm looking on this shop right now. It says $4.99 for Pushmo and $6.69 for Crashmo.
Maybe that's Canadian.
Maybe, I don't know.
Which my thing's still in Canada, so.
It says was $10, and Pushmo was $7.49.
$6.69 would be 33%. And the last bit of news, which I guess is also kind of an announcement. So there's going to be a Smash Bros. Invitational at E3. Nintendo is putting on a Smash Bros. Tournament. They're bringing some of the big Smash Bros. Names. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a couple of well-known names. I saw like some people who just put up videos. There was like a contest. If you put up a video, you get invited to go or something like that. They had some well-known announcers for it, and Jeff Keighley's the host.
Jeff Keighley's the host. He was the name I actually knew. And then the big news people are talking about is they announced a GameCube controller or GameCube adapter for the Wii U. GameCube controller adapter for the Wii U. You can plug in for GameCube controllers. It's 2 USBs. I heard a lot of people being excited about being able to plug that into the computer to run Dolphin.
I didn't hear that, but that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense too. But anyway, I think that's a good move. Nintendo clearly understands that their fans like that controller a lot. Are you going to get the adapter?
That is basically like the Smash controller since Melee, so.
Well, it's the Smash controller because Melee came out on the GameCube. That's why it's the Smash controller. And it's definitely Nintendo looking at their audience and being like, this would be good for us if we did this.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to resell GameCube controllers or just assume we all have them?
I think they actually said they were going to be, because that custom Smash controller they showed with the logo, like that's going to be released.
Oh, you know what? I do remember.
PDP or whatever that accessory company is, they're going to be making Smash controllers.
I was going to say I do remember hearing they're working with a third party. That's right.
So I've heard rumors.
Still in stores.
I heard the rumors that it's actually coming with the game. I don't know if that's 100% true.
I haven't heard that at all. That would be bananas.
A little bit. I'm at the adapter, not the controller.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking controller, but it would have to be the adapter. Huh. That would be really interesting, like if a copy came with everyone. Or I guess you could buy it solo if you just didn't care. I don't know what I would do. I don't care, but I feel like I'd have friends that would care.
Yeah.
I should have all the video game stuff because I'm that guy.
I kind of got used to playing it or playing like games like that with the Pro controller and the classic controller. So I was ready to just play with the Pro controller. But I mean, if I can just use GameCube again, I'm kind of happy with that too.
I played that game pretty casually, so I would have been fine with the gamepad. So, because they're going to do something awesome with the two screens, right? No. And I believe, just double checking that that's all the news I pulled aside. So what time is it now?
It is. We've been going for an hour, 10 minutes. Real time is 10:30, but I know you're looking for me to say emails.
And actually, it's 9:30, so in your face.
Sorry, time zones.
Yes.
How dare you be an hour in the past?
Topdownperspective@gmail.com is the email address. @TDPodcast is where our Twitter account is. And you can search Top Down Perspective on Facebook for all that great stuff if you guys want to send questions in. We have a whole bunch right here and a whole bunch more in Twitter. Do you want to just go back and forth and I'll cover Twitter because I have it open?
All right.
All right. I'll start. Marshmallow writes, I saw a thing that had like 11 Gamera movies for $12.
Ooh.
Nathan is the kaiju expert. Should I purchase it?
Gamera movies are pretty awesome. So
yeah, Nathan's not here, but that's a pretty good deal.
They're not as good as Godzilla movies, but they're up there.
Like it's like $1 something for the movie.
Also, Gamera is friend to all children, so you want to be friend with all children? Buy Gamera collection.
So that's a recommendation. There you go. You're up.
Oh yeah, Mario in the chat is mentioning Wii U sales went up by 666% in the UK. After we mentioned earlier that Mario Kart 8 sold like 1.2 or 1.5 million copies worldwide.
Oh, there you go.
So
that game sells. That sells. Yep.
It's almost like it was the second best-selling game on the Wii.
What's the
Mario
best?
Kart Wii. What do you think?
Oh wait, on the Wii. Sorry,
On the
is that what you
Wii,
said?
yeah.
Oh, does Wii Sports count?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the third? Wii Fit?
I don't remember. I'll look that up.
I'm gonna read the
Well,
next
I
question.
will after because oh yeah, go ahead.
This one's also from Marshmallow. What's your favorite sandwich ingredients? Type of bread, meat, cheese, etc. I like whole wheat bread, whole grain if I can get it, whole grain.
I've been having a lot of subs lately, so I usually go for like chicken subs with like some nice cheese and some lettuce, tomato, cucumber.
All my subs or all my sandwiches usually need like mayonnaise.
Mayo's all right.
Yeah, like.
Wii Sports Resort.
That's the third highest?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's only the 3 million under Mario Kart Wii.
All right.
Followed by New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
That game's not very good.
And it sold pretty well though.
That doesn't mean it's good.
Hmm.
Let me tell you. All right, you want to do any of these questions we have on the doc?
All right. This one comes from Jock. Jock says, E3's around the corner, so what do you guys want to see from this year's E3?
I feel like we should save that for next week's E3 predictions podcast.
Well, I'll just say I would like some games. Some games I care about. Mortal Kombat 10, good start.
All right. I could see that easily coming up this year.
It says 2015, though.
All right. Never mind. I was lying. Whatever. I could see that coming up this year.
Well, did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, I didn't. I guess I didn't watch
it says right at the end of the trailer.
Oh, I probably. I think I stopped it once the guy's head was against the tree.
Yeah.
His eyes went there. Here's another one from Marshmallow. What video game character you think would be best in fist fights while drunk? Drunken fighters don't count because they're experts.
So who would win in a fist fight unless while drunk?
Well, yeah. But you can't pick the drunken fighters. Who's a drunken fighter?
Jackie Chan.
Okay.
And like all the drunken fighters from like Tekken and Virtua Fighter and Dead or Alive.
So you said the Hulk?
Yeah.
But would he even be the Hulk anymore? He's probably not angry. Maybe he's an angry drunk.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right. I have no idea. Wario?
Wario would just fart everywhere. And then I guess he would kill everyone by gas.
Then he'd ride his motorcycle and get a DUI. I don't have a great answer for this. You're up.
All right. This one's from Daniel. What do you guys think of the E3 Smash Brothers tournament announcement video from last week? which would be where they announced all the players, the announcers, and the GameCube controller adapter.
Right.
I think it was a smart play. I think it'll be a good watch.
I think so too. I'm surprised they didn't that you use all the characters that were announced.
I think Ike wasn't on that list. I think a couple of characters weren't on that list, but the majority
Ike's
were.
been announced. Has he?
Ike was announced like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
It's his Radiant Dawn incarnation, so when he's an adult.
Can you use Rosalina? It was Rosalina announced for the tournament?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, because
I think literally Ike might have been the only character not.
I thought there was other ones. Cause I seem to recall thinking like this person's not here, and I thought Rosalina wasn't there.
I thought Rosalina was one of the first ones they said was playable.
Well, not a big deal. Wii Fit Trainer is the funniest. Hands down.
Easily.
And the second part, what do you guys think of the Nintendo figurine platform with the NFC capabilities, and what uses would you like to see from it in the future?
I think it might be too late to jump onto the Skylanders train.
No way, you're so wrong. Dude, they do that with Pokemon, and they're millionaires.
They did that with Pokemon Rumble Blast. It didn't sell very well.
They do that with a core... Well, I was going to say they did that with a core Pokemon game, which they wouldn't because it's on... Actually, now they're bringing out an adapter for the 3DS. So they do that with a core Pokemon game. Boom. Printed money.
Yeah, if they handle it well, they will easily make up for their lost money.
I would love to see that in Pokemon. My wallet does not want to see that with Pokemon ever.
All like 650 whatever Pokemon.
Because you just know people. There's tons of people out there that will get them all. Of course.
Dude, I convention I was at last week had finger puppets for like the first 4 generations of Pokemon.
A guy you met?
There was a person in like vendor's hall that just like a table full of Pokemon finger puppets.
Did you buy any?
There was the Pokemon I wanted weren't there.
Okay, who did you want?
Hitmonlee.
Okay.
Blastoise, I think they were.
Seems like a pretty easy one to make.
Hitmonchan was there, but not Hitmonlee.
That and like Diglett. They're almost the same. All right. Here's one from Hannah. If any of you guys caught WWDC, the keynote, which is Apple's developer conference, thoughts on it? Also, thoughts on which mobile gaming platform is better, iOS or Android? I watched that this morning. Some of it. Did you look into any of that?
I didn't look into any of this at all.
Right. Yeah, I like iOS updates. My phone gets really cool whenever those happen. I don't have a Mac, so a lot of those things did not relate to me. But it definitely will be updating my phone and iPad with that. I'm trying to think if anything like stood out that I was way into. Like widgets in notifications is real cool. All the health stuff, I'll probably be into that because I have like a Fitbit. I need to read more about it to see the features I specifically like. Oh, Siri Shazamming stuff for you is real cool. I use Shazam all the time. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Andrew writes in and says, a couple things. John, how many pictures of Daisy did you end up getting from the epic night that was the TRG stream? We got, I think, half a dozen. Something like that. I have to dig through about 1,000 tweets to go back and check that. We did a group stream while I was on vacation, and we had about 5,310 people watch.
Was that the new record?
Yeah, that's the new record.
Cool.
And basically, one of our friends said some very questionable things about Daisy, and now is so like everyone in the chat was just drawing pictures.
Sounds gross.
It was a very strange stream. It was very funny though. I was gonna upload it on my channel, but we had some footage problems, so I've got to try to see if I can solve that first.
How old do you think Daisy is?
20s.
Really? Okay. Do you think Mario is older than her?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And Luigi's older, right?
No, Luigi's the younger brother.
He's the younger brother. Do you think Wario is older than the Mario brothers?
Probably, but if we're... I feel like you could say, if we bring up the Yoshi's Island canon, they're all the same age. But that's like one of those like punch me
That
now.
was just like the.
Now that I've said this sentence, please punch me.
I was gonna say that's like the worst sentence ever.
That's why I hesitate. I'm like, wow, I want to punch myself right now.
Oh man, I'm moving on to the next question.
Please, thank you.
Okay.
How do you?
This is another one from Marshmallow. I don't quite understand it. What two game characters do you ship most?
Oh, what two game characters do you think would be
Not
good?
couples. We are talking characters who it is only assumed there is a connection. Oh wait, is this like? Wait, what is ship?
Yeah, it's pairing together basically.
Okay.
Like
is this
relationship.
Like, is this like when you say? Oh, okay. We assume there's a connection, not couples. I don't. Master Chief and Cortana.
There you go. That's it. You've done it.
Great. I can't think of anyone.
I have
Mario
never
Peach.
thought into this, and I probably won't. Luigi and Daisy. Yay!
Nice. Next question.
Next question is also from Andrew. He says, how do you guys feel about the Toronto Blue Jays being in first place in their part of the Major League Baseball? That's kind of weird, actually. It's been a long time since that's ever happened. I wouldn't mind them winning a pennant.
Winning a what?
Winning the World Series. Winning the pennant.
The pennant. What is the pennant?
Isn't that like for winning the series?
I have no idea.
I'm going to look that up.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I've never heard that. You are the sportsman.
Apparently.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. You're the sportsman. While you're looking that up, Allison writes in, I'm bored with no 3DS games to play right now. Are there any games coming soon? Tamagotchi Life comes out relatively soon, next month, or this month now. Kirby is fantastic. Rusty's Real Deal Baseball is real good.
Yeah, but it's right. Nothing's been announced. Nothing's been announced because E3 is next week. That's why.
E3 is next week.
Yeah, after E3 you'll have a bunch of things.
It's not like there's there won't be much for like the summer. Like it's summertime. Games don't really come out in the summer.
Mm. One or two things will come out, but it's not the main focus.
Right. Yeah. Nothing big usually comes out in the summer. New Madden. That's
Yay! Yay!
All right, you're next.
All right, last question from Andrew. Also, concerning actual video games, what's your favorite Mario Kart 8 track or character so far? Track? I'm actually really digging the N64 Rainbow Road now.
I really like that Mario Galaxy stage, but it's usually the Electrodrome dome I get really excited about.
Airport's really good. That Mario Galaxy
stage. Characters, I feel like characters, like, it doesn't even matter for the most part.
There's some severe differences between them if you can figure out like what stats they increase.
Isn't it just like light characters, medium, and heavy?
Sort of, but like some heavy characters have like better handling or like better acceleration. I'll be honest, lately I've been using my Mii because I think Nintendo might have rigged it so that the Mii characters are actually good.
I'd never use my Mii.
I think Nintendo finally realized the only way to get people to actually use their Miis in these games is to actually make the Mii character worth it.
But you've been saying you're losing a lot. So maybe
no, that was until I started using the Mii. I've actually been doing
I use Toad all the time in every Mario Kart ever. Just that's my tradition. I seem to be doing good. The Juker writes in, what are some of the worst gaming experiences you've ever had? I don't... worst.
What are some of the worst gaming experiences?
I was playing Turok for the Xbox 360. There was I've said this before years ago on the podcast. There's an achievement for playing through one game of 8 versus 8. You just have to play a game. Like, you don't have to win. You just have to do it. But they don't have enough servers for that. So the minute you start the game, literally nobody beside the host can move. Literally, you can't move for the entire duration of it. It cannot support 16 players. So everyone usually like quits or starts yelling about lag and quits. And if that happens, you no longer are playing a game of 8 versus 8. So you don't get the achievement. And for some reason, I was like, I have to get this achievement. I'm gonna die if I don't get this achievement.
I think I remember you trying to get this achievement.
And I remember the number being 9 hours, but it can't be that. But I spent like an entire like Sunday trying to get enough people to be like, look, I'll set the game to 5 minutes. You just have to sit there. Can you please help me out? Like, it's 5 minutes. What's the big deal? And they're like, yeah, okay, I'll help you out, sure. And then as soon as it starts, they start screaming about lag and quit. I got that achievement. I did get it. So that was 20 points. And I played way too much Turok for the Xbox 360. That's my worst gaming experience.
Mine. Before I go to that, Pikmin Rock in the chat says there are 7 weight classes in Mario Kart 8.
What?
Apparently.
What?
And your Mii's character's stats depend on your Mii's weight and height.
Where do you find this info?
People probably just figure this stuff out. There were hidden stats in 7 and Wii for like whoever character you used. I used Mario and Daisy in Wii because Mario had like better, I think, acceleration and Daisy had better handling.
Okay, I just use Toad.
Yeah.
I don't even... What? Okay.
As for worst gaming experience, I can easily say it is Aiden Chronicles: The First Mage on the N64. Because it was one of the few RPGs on the N64, I rented it thinking, oh, maybe it'll be like Final Fantasy. It was more of a Dungeons & Dragons style Western RPG, so I'm like, alright, I'll still give it a try. I get out of the major town, start walking towards the first major objective, get in a fight with a bunch of rats. It starts raining in the fight, and in the rain, everyone's accuracy is garbage. So the rats couldn't hit each other, and we couldn't hit anyone. Your range for movement was also shrunk because it was like more of like a grid type area. You moved a couple steps inside this grid, and then you did your attack or whatever.
Like tactics?
Yeah, kind of, but it was like not top down. It was over the shoulder.
Okay.
And you did all this, and no one hit for about like 20 attacks. I got sick of it, tried to run, and it took another 20 turns to run because the movement range was so small, and you had to get outside of this ring to even have a chance to escape. So I just remember getting stuck in that fight for like a half hour, something stupid, being completely done with the game and returning it. It's the only game I've rented that I've ever returned. Like just
theoretically, you returned all these rental games.
Before it was due. Like, I returned it the day I rented it.
I've actually done that as well. I got that like Game Pass thing, whatever Blockbuster had, where it was like, you can rent as much as you want, one at a time, for 30 days. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted. And then I went in every day for 30 days and got a new game. In fact, one day, I rented like Beijing Olympics, and I was like, this is garbage, and I went back the same day. I rented so much stuff. It was crazy. That guy like knew who I was by the end of that month.
I wish I could have taken advantage of that.
I don't even remember how I got it. Oh, I think my parents got one of those like, entertainment packs that Blockbuster had, where there's a whole bunch of coupons, and one of them was like 1 free month of whatever their Game Pass thing was. And I was like, I'll use that for a month, sure. And then yeah, I ended up going through like 32 games. I think I got a total, like I was counting how many points I got at the end of that, because I was just getting like 360 games. Actually, that's not true. I think I got some Wii games. Anyway, I think I got over 4,000 points out of those games. It was a lot. All right, what's the next question?
Next question comes to us from Bram. I'm new to the show. Are all of you Let's Players or just John? Just me.
Just John. But I'm honored to think that you thought I was. Thank you. So nice. Connor writes in, what do you guys think of streamers who receive thousands of dollars in donations? Do you think it should be allowed?
Yeah, it's people's money. They can do whatever they want.
Isn't it a donation?
Yeah, that's the idea of a donation. They can do whatever they want with the money.
I think it'd be different if it was like a journalist or something.
Well, I mean, like, that's what Patreon is, too. You've heard of Patreon, right?
That's true, yeah. Like someone writing, sure. Yeah, exactly, Patreon. Yeah, I guess, if you have to keep in mind this person wants to live, if it's their full job. If it's not, it's a hobby. And if you like something they're doing, you should support it in one way or the other. And if that's monetary, I guess do it through monetary means.
I assume in my situation, like, people donate out of their own free will. I rarely ever bring up like donations like that. It's an option unless people are like, hey, like, can I help out in any way?
Was there like someone who received thousands recently? Like, did something happen?
Recently, I don't know. But like, there are always cases of like people on Twitch like cam whoring out so they can get donations or like asking for donations, or there were a case where people were giving away prizes for donations, but apparently that's against Twitch terms of service or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit shaky.
Yeah, no, I guess I kind of just feel like, yeah, like Patreon, or it comes down to, if you like the content someone's putting out,
Yeah.
you should try and support it in any way you can, whether that just be, you commenting or giving them page views. Don't use ad blocker, stuff like that. Just, if you want them to continue doing it, you should help them do it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, keep in mind, like, if you're upset that people are getting money donated to them, they're not forcing people to do it. People have to, like, by their own free will do that. So if you're don't get upset at the streamer, I guess, get upset at the people. But if you're getting upset at people for wanting to give money to people they like, then you've got some issues.
Yeah, there's other things you could get angry about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe the logic is that you're getting angry because like
someone
that
is telling
to
you to pay money and you don't want to, then don't. And if someone's forcing you out of your money, then you need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, if they're forcing you to take the money, to give them money, then yeah, that's a little different.
If you are currently being robbed, then
that is called robbery. That is a felony.
Stop tweeting these questions to us and go deal with that situation.
Please call the cops right now.
Yeah, get off Twitter. You're probably already on your phone tweeting. So, all right, your turn. What's up?
Someone says someone did a 90-hour-long stream where they received over $10,000 during it.
Again, another guy on Twitch. If those were donations, like I think the key word here is donations.
Another person says like they got $1,000. Someone else got $1,000 in one night. Yeah, that's tricky though. Like 90 hours straight. That is kind of ridiculous, to be fair. If they were like awake for the entire thing, that's also like putting yourself in physical harm.
Which, hey, don't get me wrong, people put themselves in physical harm for money all the time.
Yeah.
So
there's a reason Fear Factor was a thing.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Thomas. Greetings. You guys don't talk much about grand strategy games. Examples: the Total War series or Paradox Interactive Games, Europa Universalis, Victoria, Hearts of Iron, etc. Do you guys play or like those types of games? If not, why not? Oh, and there's a PS as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that one next.
Okay.
I'm done in Twitter anyway. I would say I don't technically play them because for the most part they're PC stuff, and I didn't really get into PC gaming until the last couple of years.
Same.
And then just kind of growing up without them, I haven't really felt the desire to check them out, but nothing against them specifically.
Yeah, same. I never really got into them until like I got into StarCraft. I like StarCraft, but I never really got into grander scale RTS type games. So
yeah, I would definitely say I'm into strategy games though. Like when it comes to tactic strategy, I love that. I love Fire Emblem. But yeah, on the big scale, it's not a thing on consoles unless you're like because Dynasty Warriors is an action game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even that that wasn't my thing. I guess what N999, not 999. What's that? N3. What's that game that you loved?
Oh God, 99 Nights.
99 Nights. Didn't that have some like? You had like a big army. Didn't you have big armies in that as well?
Yeah, but you didn't control them. They basically just ran around. You had to do.
And that game sucked. That wasn't my thing. So.
L Spartan says in the chat, it was 90 hours straight, no sleep. He planned to go to 120 hours, but he fell asleep.
Was he still streaming?
I don't know.
'Cause that'd be pretty funny.
I've seen people apparently try to do like marathon streams and just pass out halfway through it.
I don't want to do that. That seems like such a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Thomas has a PS and a bunch of other questions, but the PS is, Sean, next time a Pokemon game comes out, please actually use more than one Pokemon other than your starter in battle. When I listened to the Pokemon XY spoilercast, your description of how you play Pokemon drove me to self-harm. Thanks.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say no. That's the best way.
No.
But thanks for the suggestion.
Those are some really strong words about Pokemon, I'm not going to lie.
I am very passionate about Pokemon, okay?
I understand why you would just focus on one Pokemon like that, but I mean...
Hey, I grew up doing that. It works for me. It's exciting that there's so many different ways you can play Pokemon and that you're so passionate about it.
Would you say it's dominant strategy for you, or
What do you mean dominant strategy?
like
Is it
it's
like that's my dominant strategy? Is that what you're
yeah,
asking?
yeah.
That's all I do. This is the way you do it. You get your starter, you just level them up, and every other Pokemon in your party are basically tools that have HMs on them. That's how I do it. You got the one that can fly, you got the one that can do all the rock stuff, one that can do all the water stuff. That's how I play my Pokemon.
All right, next up. I've been listening to some old episodes, and apparently Nathan was the biggest brony in the universe. Is that still the case, or did you guys have some sort of intervention for him? If so, thank you. Is this still Thomas?
This is still Thomas.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thomas, holy shit.
He's a passionate guy. Yeah, we had an intervention. It was this big thing. We got his mom to come down. We all wrote
We got
letters.
to a hypnotist right after, too. It would just say it was half the time, really.
Yeah.
And we got a deal on it, too.
It got pretty emotional. I cried. I'm gonna be honest. He cried. It was great. We hugged it out. No, he just seemed like he kind of stopped.
Yeah,
Or he's doing it in secret.
I remember him bringing it up. He said he wasn't enjoying the new stuff, and then that's the last I remember ever hearing about it.
Yeah. So he definitely weaned himself off. We didn't do anything about that.
No.
Last one from Thomas. What's your favorite character from Avatar? He mentions Last Airbender, not the James Cameron movie. That movie sucks.
Hey man, that tree was the best character in that movie.
Pocahontas tree?
Yes, exactly. No, that movie was just a spectacle.
I haven't watched Avatar, really.
Yeah, you're not missing much. You're missing some 3D.
No, I know. I mean the
Airbender
anime.
Okay.
I've seen Avatar, James Cameron Avatar. And that's what I was saying. I don't like that movie either.
God, who would I even consider my favorite character?
I don't know. That super-legged goat thing seems cool.
What?
Don't they ride around on like a big goat?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Or something? I don't know what it is.
I don't even remember what he's
Anta?
called.
Is that the name of it?
That's like Appa, I thought was his name.
I
It's
have
been a
no
while
idea.
since I've watched it, so I'm a bit rusty.
I've never watched it,
I'm
but
pretty sure
people
it's
are waiting
Appa.
to
I don't remember what he's supposed to be, but yeah, he's like he's Aang's pet, basically.
So you got one? All right.
I'm trying to think. Sokka, probably. Sokka or Zuko. Oh no! All the characters when they did the play. All the characters they did the play, and then oh my God, why am I blanking on the blind girl's name right now? Because she is probably my favorite character.
Wait, is your favorite
Toph,
character the
Toph.
blind girl or all these other characters?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Toph. Toph's my favorite character. I think that's the safest bet is Toph.
Okay.
Or Toph, however you want to say it. I always said Toph.
All right. David writes in. Oh, this is Comet. He's in our Risk of Rain chat quite often. I'm gonna skip his first one because you've already touched on that. Two. Do you think the heavy characters in Mario Kart have too much of an advantage? I see a lot of Rosalinas online, although I have been able to win a few races with light characters online too. Is Rosalina a heavy character?
Yeah.
Huh.
The Peach and Daisy are considered medium, and for some reason Rosalina's heavy. Because I guess she's technically bigger than them, so as a result, heavier.
And then there's like Gold, Rose, Peach.
Oh, Appa's a air bison.
An Air Bison. Okay.
Air bison.
What do we think of heavy characters? It sucks when they bump into me because I play Toad.
Oh man.
So I usually just try to avoid them. And I never really liked the heavy ones because they seemed slow.
Well, yeah, because they have bad acceleration, but they're always the fastest.
Right, but when it comes to Mario Kart, I feel like
strategy thing. Like if you don't get stopped, then you'll always be fast.
Right, but I feel like Mario Kart, you're gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
It's Mario Kart. So
I will admit though, a lot of the best players I've seen online so far have all been Rosalinas.
Okay, I haven't.
And I've seen and one of the Koopa kids.
Okay, I think that's so dumb that they're all in there.
Who has I'm glad there's one game with them all in it and they're playable. I'm kind of cool with them not coming back in Mario Kart 9.
I just feel like who's like, oh man, finally I can play as my favorite Koopa kid.
But like they didn't remove that many characters for it though. They got rid of what, like Dry Bones and Boo. I mean, I guess I can understand.
What about the plant, Petey Piranha?
Oh no, Petey Piranha not being in another game. How am I gonna live? Like I can understand being upset about Dry Bones and Boo, but
to be fair, isn't there 4 babies now? Like, who wants to play as the babies? Ever?
Yeah, and the fact that they like baby Rosalina was like, oh, really?
There's a baby Rosalina as well. There's 5.
Yeah, like you've played the game, you reviewed it.
Right, but I didn't unlock every character.
Oh, yeah, baby Rosalina is a new character in Mario Kart 8.
I saw baby Peach and Daisy, and I was like, these characters don't even exist.
Peach does, definitely. Daisy
I know
doesn't.
Peach does, Daisy doesn't.
And, well, neither does baby Rosalina, to be fair.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, there's 5 baby characters now in the card
Baby
games.
Wario must be coming, right?
Baby Wario was in Yoshi's Island DS, to be fair.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. So Baby Waluigi is coming?
We can only hope. He's the only character who's not become a baby. Like, Donkey Kong's been a baby before Waluigi.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Is Diddy Kong in this one? Yeah, Diddy Kong's there, right?
In this one, no.
Oh.
I believe it's just DK. He was right. Diddy Kong and Funky Kong were in Wii, but they both got removed.
Funky Kong was in Wii? Are you serious?
Yeah. Wow. Funky Kong was one of the best characters, actually.
I did not know that. That's crazy. And wait, so Cranky Kong's not even in this one? Because that guy is so good, he gets his own announcement at the Spike Game Awards.
No, he's not at all.
Okay. All right, what's the last question here?
Last question is... Since 15 out of 16 N64 tracks have been remade or reused in Retro Cups, the N64 Wario Stadium hasn't been, but the DS one has. Do you think it would be a cool idea for Nintendo to release DLC, kind of like Luigi U, with 4 remade N64 Cups, or would you rather have brand new tracks? If they're all like the anti-grav stuff, I'd probably be okay with it.
They're all anti-grav?
Well, no. Like, you know how they did Royal Raceway and Rainbow Road with like the crazy winding, like going up ramps like that? Yeah. If they're all built to like Mario Kart 8 track styles, I'd be okay with that.
Oh, like just with anti-grav mixed in?
Yeah, not entire anti-grav maps. That would kind of be lame.
Yeah. No, I'd be fine with any like DLC. I'd probably pick that up. New stuff is always real great, but there's definitely some courses that I'm constantly like, why aren't they picking these ones specifically for the GameCube? Because that's like my main Mario Kart. And hopefully now that they've done almost every N64 track, GameCube is next. But I would be pretty excited for some DLC, specifically if they did more cups. That'd be cool.
Yeah, more cups.
Mirror mode is in this one?
Yes.
Cool, good. Do you know if All Cup Tour is in this one?
No.
When did that stop being in it?
They only had it once.
Was it GameCube?
Yes.
Yeah, GameCube is the best one. Double Dash is the best one. It is the weirdest and the best one.
That was back when they liked to experiment. So
the block for it's not there. So
I realized we were talking about characters in 8. We never brought up the best character in 8, Pink Gold Peach.
I just brought her up when we were talking about Peach and Rosalina.
I totally missed that part. I'm sorry.
Isn't it like Gold Rose?
No, it's supposed to be like rose gold is the actual color, but pink gold is what they call it in the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that. So that's
so dumb. That is dumber than the babies.
I don't think that's dumber than the babies.
The babies at least make sense because they need light characters. They don't need heavy characters. They have plenty.
But they have like okay. Is there a metal Luigi?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm wondering. Okay, for some reason I thought there was. Well, you're telling me that in Super Princess Peach she never got the metal hat and turned metal?
No, she never did.
I know.
The only time she ever got metal was in Smash Brothers. But then at that point, everyone got metal.
Everyone can get metal. And she did. Yeah, she didn't get pink gold. That's for sure. All right, that's going to do it for questions. Again, if you want to send emails in, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com. Twitter is @TDP Podcast, and check out the Facebook group is Top Down Perspective Games of the Week.
Ooh, I have a tough list.
Mine was Season 2, Episode 3 of The Walking Dead.
I'm torn between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Golf.
That's an easy one.
That was the worst coin flip I've ever done. So was that. Mario Kart 8.
That's the correct answer. Way to go. And I guess that's going to do it. Next week will be our E3 Predictions podcast, and we will do our best to get everyone here for that.
We'll try.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you later.
Later, guys.